Welcome back. Very important here. It's Food Allergy Awareness Week. Tens of millions of Americans do deal with potentially deadly food allergies.
It can be especially worrisome for new parents. And joining us this evening to teach us a little bit more is Dr. Dominic Lucia, the Chief Medical Officer at McLean Children's Medical Center. Hi, Doctor. We want to start off with the question, why are food allergies an important topic to discuss?
They are an important topic to discuss, and I'm glad we have this week to bring some awareness. Over 32 million Americans are affected by some form of food allergy, and it can range from mild to severe. And it's estimated that 1 in 20 to 25 kids actually has food allergies. So it can be extremely dangerous, as you mentioned earlier, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. The weird thing is the CDC estimates that food allergies have gone up by 50% since the late 90s. So awareness and education is the key.
Okay, that's a big jump there. So the question is, what's doing it? Are there specific foods that tend to cause food allergies?
A lot of foods can do it, and it really depends on the individual's immune system, but we do have some common ones. You talk about shellfish, avocados, strawberries, tree nuts, but the big three, peanuts, eggs, and dairy or cow's milk, those are really the ones we see affecting kids and causing the most severe reactions.
So what are some of the common signs to look for as a parent as an allergic reaction in children if they're having a reaction to something?
Yeah, this can be really scary, so you have to be aware and educate yourself. The most common allergic symptom is just that skin rash, and that can be mild, and that can be something that you just sort of watch or maybe treat with some over-the-counter antihistamines. But if you start noticing any lip or tongue swelling or any wheezing or even vomiting after exposure to one of these new foods, you need to call 911. You need to get to your nearest emergency department.
Yeah, we know for little kids with little bodies, it can, these side effects, it can happen really quickly. So is there anything parents can do to prevent food allergies? Because I think that's the goal here.
There has been some progress in that, particularly in the last few years. The thinking on that has changed from let's protect them from these foods, actually the other direction. Let's expose them to these foods. So between the ages of 4 to 6 months, when they're holding their head up and they're starting to eat solid foods, we want to expose them to small amounts of peanut butter, small amounts of eggs. You don't want to do it all at once on the same day. You want to space it out. And if you don't have a significant allergy in your family to any of these foods, doing it at home is completely safe. Really, the best idea is to talk with your pediatrician, family physician, and come up with a plan to expose them to these foods.
And so you just kind of talked a little bit about treatments, but if someone does have a food allergy, are there actual treatments they can do?
Yeah, there's treatments acutely. If they have that anaphylaxis, that severe symptoms that affects the airway, epinephrine or EpiPen as we call it, mild symptoms, antihistamines. And if they get older, long-term thinking, they can go see an allergist and potentially get allergy shots to help diminish the symptoms as they move into adulthood.
All right, doctor, thank you so much. And I just want to say we're nearing end of the year parties, and for parents who maybe their child doesn't have an allergy, just having that awareness is so important because all the children in the class can be impacted by this. So it's like have a little bit of kindness and awareness for kiddos and their families that are going through this.
And we've learned a lot today. A lot of great advice from you. Thank you, Dr. Dominic Lucia. Appreciate that.